Hello, Stoney fam. Happy Monday. Welcome back to another episode of TokeTalks with Tia. So yeah, I got something interesting to talk to you guys about. Something that we've all either experienced, personally tried ourselves, or as consumers, we know what I'm going to be talking about today. So what I will say before we get into talking about one of my favorite things to talk about, I don't really know much at all about how to explain about the process of making them. So I don't make them myself. I've never made them myself, and I plan to soon. It's just given certain circumstances from where I live and just other things combined, it was never a possibility. So now I possibly can. I could make my own edibles. I would rather buy them at this point now because I'm lazy. But yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about edibles. So I remember my first time having edibles. This was like when I was about 16 years old, I want to say. Yeah, about 16 years old. It wasn't anything special. It was just, it was pretty standard homemade brownies. Except the only difference with these were they were supposedly, I wasn't there when they were being made, but supposedly they were put into them about like 24 grams of cannabis. Quite a lot. And the only, it was not a huge batch of brownies. It was about like 20, I want to say, maybe. I don't exactly remember. All I do remember is I was quite stony from eating them, and I remember them not tasting the greatest. All I could really taste was just very chemically and like planty, and I could taste some chocolate from what I remember anyway. Do I remember chronologically what I've eaten after that? No, but I do remember that was the first thing that I did try, and they told me that they'd made it out of using anyway. They'd used this machine called the Magical Butter Machine, and I was there when they eventually had used it and made butter and used the machine to process whatever to make their edibles. I wasn't there for the whole process, but it's a pretty cool machine. It does cut quite a lot of the time off of how long it's going to take to make the edibles, so that's pretty cool. But now I like to buy them from dispensaries because they have all these type of cool technology to make to really break down exactly how many milligrams are going to be in each piece, and just all these other things that are important when it comes to making edibles and, for us consumers. Like, I would rather know exactly what's in what I'm eating instead of kind of taking a gamble. So right now, my favorite brand, if I had to say, for gummies, I really love Wana. Wana is a really great brand. It is, I believe, for right now, only really around my area, but they're one of my favorite brands, and I absolutely love the sour watermelon, especially. That is my favorite flavor, and that is what I'm going to be eating on today, as well as smoking a couple different pre-rolls that I have, an assortment of them from Cloud Cover, which my work was amazing enough to give us for samples, so shout out to them. Love you guys. Thank you. I can't wait to get, well, actually not the gummies, I bought those, but pre-rolls anyway. I can't wait to smoke some of those. So it's an assortment of 2 Grape Oz pre-rolls, and then the other one is Katsu Bubba Kush. So just a nice assortment of some sativas and an indica. So I actually really enjoy the Katsu Bubba Kush strain. I've also got that in a batter, and it's just really tasty. On top of it, actually does help me, give me that little kind of kick that I need to help me go to bed, because I have insomnia, a lot of us do, and I often will sit on my phone and just keep scrolling, and I'll find myself like having to force myself to go to bed, because it's just my routine to really do that is I'll go and make myself take like a bubble bath or something if I really need to get tired, and that'll help me relax. And I have this the CBD hemp scrub that I use, and that really helps as well. Other than that, if I just tried to cold turkey go to bed with nothing, no cannabis, no nothing, not even a bath, I would have a very hard time going to bed. So I need something to help me relax. I can't really do it all on my own. But also, while we're still talking about this topic, last night I had this amazing idea. I've had this for like a little bit actually, but I followed through with this idea to take this Coast Cannabis S'mores chocolate bar that I got yesterday, and I got some graham crackers, some little, kind of like a little bit bigger marshmallows than the mini ones that are on top of the chocolate bar. Put that on there, cut the pieces in half, put them up in the toaster, because I unfortunately having nowhere to make a campfire, sadly. I would have loved to make actual, like, s'mores in the campfire, but with these, I'm kind of glad that I did it the way I did, because the chocolate kind of gets a little bit extra melty compared to, like, regular chocolate, like the Hershey chocolate, the not-so-fun chocolate. But overall, it was 10 out of 10, amazing, super good, super tasty, definitely helped me go to bed. I went to bed very early last night, so I would highly recommend, if you ever do get your hands on that chocolate bar, or I would even recommend maybe any chocolate bar that is s'mores chocolate, this one especially, because I can't really say on ones I haven't tried. Definitely do it. Very good. 10 out of 10. Actually, edibles are kind of like my second favorite thing compared to smoking flower. I do enjoy dabs, and I do enjoy all the other forms of consuming. Not all of them as much as others, but edibles are really up there, because I find it's like, I think of it this way, like, when I'm really baked, I'm feeling really nice, feeling good, stoned, I come up with, like, the best ideas for food collaborations and what's going to make my taste buds feel better, and I feel like us consumers know exactly what we want to consume, and then knowing that on top of what affects how we want to feel high, putting that into what we want to, like, it's a whole ensemble of amazingness. So I absolutely love edibles. If I had to say, though, I'm kind of more of a chocolate lover than candy, but I do enjoy my candy and my gummies. I really do. Like I said, I love the Wanas right now. Those are really rubbing on me, but I do like the Kana brand too. I'm just a huge fan of Wana, if I had to say one or the other, but both are really up there. For flavor-wise, I'm more of like a watermelon, like passion fruit, mango, pineapple, like kind of like lemon, but to an extent. I'm not a huge lemon fan. It's very far in between. It'd have to be like a lemon cookie or something. Lemon candy, not really. Besides like lemon heads, I love those. But I have yet to try an edible form of lemon heads. I would freaking love those. I would love those. I'm sure that they exist. I'm sure they do. Because I've had some really good, like, I've had this Sour Patch watermelons that were edibles, and they were super good. But at the time that I'd eat them, I did not know that they were edibles. I just picked up the package. I said packy. I picked up the package, and I just assumed that they were, the candy, because they looked exactly like it. Logo and everything, and the size, everything of the package. So when I opened it and I ate them all, my friend was like, wow, you're going to be feeling pretty good. You must be feeling great. I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And he explains to me, like, yeah, you just ate, about 400 milligrams of watermelons. I'm like, what? Something like that, I think. It was like 300, 400. I'm not sure. But they were pretty strong, and I was feeling very baked. I also had smoked a fat backwood right after that. And at the time that I'd eaten them, it was at my friend's house who was doing my nails, and this was during, like, COVID, so this was, like, a while ago. Like, COVID had just, like, it was, like, towards the end of it. I mean, COVID obviously is still going on, so let me, backtrack. Hold on a sec, guys. It was, like, the shutdown period. That's what I meant. So, like, nail salons weren't open, certain things weren't open, and a girl needed to get her nails done. My friend doesn't live that far away. We kind of, got high and did our nails, whatever. We were safe, though. We'd also, like, smoked our own shit, so it wasn't like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, it was just really funny that I had no idea that I just ate a bunch of edibles. That was the only time that I had eaten edibles and not known, so I kind of just, like, drugged myself and didn't know, so that's cool. Also, really quickly, so fun fact that I just found out, I'm not going to break this down much further, just because this would be a very long discussion to have, and I'm also new to learning about this. I just taken a course about it, but, like, I just recently taken a course about it, but I think the reason why I like the Wanas more than I like Kanas that much is because Wanas are made by the method of using ethanol, whereas these ones, Kanas, they use hydrocarbon and ethanol extraction in processing theirs. So I think just for me, like, the way that it tastes and just the way that it's made, I'm not a huge fan of them. I do like the Wanas a lot, and I've tried the blueberry ones. Those are I've tried a bunch of them, but my favorite is the blueberry ones and the sour watermelon. which I just now had eaten 2 of them when I had paused it for a second because I was staring at them and they were giving me the eyes like, you need to eat some. So I decided to have some while I'm drinking my raspberry peach Snapple, which I just tried for the first time last night. And this is probably my favorite, like, cotton mouth cure, honestly, to say the least. Like, this is my favorite Snapple now. My favorites forever was peach, and I really love peach. That'll always be, like, top tier for me, but this is, like, really up there. I love it. Super good. I don't know why I'm spending, like, a whole... I've spent, like, 10 minutes now just naming off a bunch of things that I love about edibles, and now I'm talking about Snapples, so I'm a little bit getting derailed, but yeah, I really do find that edibles, not only are they, like, to taste is amazing. So, like, when you find something that tastes really good and it has that effect that you're looking for, and you know, I find the ones they give me that, not like so much of a body like a high, but almost like a smoker's high, and I really do enjoy that. And, like, what I can really give the best example for that is, like, when I wake up in the morning, I don't have that edible hangover like I've often had from other edibles. So we don't like that. I hate edible hangovers. The only thing I can say that helps for me anyway, when I have feeling like I have like an edible hangover, quote unquote, I'll smoke a nice, not an overwhelmingly big bong pack, but a decent sized bong pack. And I'll try to switch it up. Instead of smoking my usual, like, heavy indicas, and I'll be smoking, like, a hybrid throughout the day. And at that point, I'd smoke, like, a hybrid and try to wake myself up, maybe have some coffee, you know, make sure also that at the same time staying hydrated, because hydration is very important. And lately, the past, like, couple weeks, it's been so hot and humid here. Hot all over the place, but here where I live, it's been so hot. Definitely need to stay hydrated when the heat's going up. So yeah, especially too, like I mentioned that, and why I'm mentioning it anyway, rather, is if you've consumed some edibles too and you're feeling like really high from these, you don't want to be dehydrated. You want to make sure that you're drinking some water, especially if you're out in the sun. Like, I know people have said and talk about how they go to the beach and stuff, whether they're consuming them there or before they get there, whatever. You're out in the sun. Like, if you're spending a long period of time out in the sun and in the heat and it's humid, you got to make sure that you're staying hydrated, or, you know, if you're not in the shade, or at the very least staying hydrated. Of course, you should do both. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about. I'm already kind of feeling the effects of these edibles kicking in. Because I'd taken one this morning, and then I was like, well, no, I'll be good, I'll wait, and I didn't eat breakfast yet, so my tummy was kind of starting to hurt while I was making the breakfast, and then I had ate. I feel better now, and now I'm starting to kind of feel I'm feeling the nice effects, so I feel like I might be rambling a bit, so I'm kind of gonna cut this a little bit short, and switch gears a little tiny bit for a split second. I want to say a big shout out to everybody in the Stoney community on Twitter. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. And really, when I made this account, I was not in the best place. Mentally, physically, I was just not feeling the best, and really didn't have any support system whatsoever, or people that I could connect with on common interests or anything, rather. So it felt great to meet a bunch of you people. Not as so much in person yet, but it's very great to be accepted in this community. So I love you guys. Huge shout out to the dojo. Big shout out to all the Stoney peeps in the dojo. I love you guys. Thank you all for listening, if you are. And I will be soon posting that video that I had promised that I was going to put up on my YouTube. I've had so many technological problems that it was just not... I was not having it, and a lot of other life shit going on the side, so I had to take care of my stuff happening in real life before I could really sit down and give the content that I want to put out. It's been really hard as well with my neighbor upstairs, as loud as they are, and the confrontation that I've had to deal with that person is just very stressful mentally, so I don't really know sometimes when there's going to be loud noises happening throughout the building, and I really want to be able to put out the best that I can put out from for people who are watching and for myself. So soon that will be happening, and as soon as it will be up, I will let you guys know, I promise. But yeah, I'm rambling again.